politician. That's what Trump sounded like. I know we won't see the whole thing. Cause they had a lot of stuff going on. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, though. I wish I would watched the live. I mean, if y'all be like, man, Trump, man, let's do this live, man. Get in here. Let's see what the debate what they got going on, man. Let's what you call it? Let's see some more highlights. We gonna key back up. Oh, and after this highlight here, hold on, let me. I'm gonna cut. Get away from me. Hey, after this highlight here, I'm gonna what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show y'all the woman that I think that should be debating in between the two. After the highlights, I'm gonna show the woman that should be debating in between the two. Let's do this. Oh, man,
there you go. Make sure you, in fact, let people know you're a senator. I'm not going to answer the question because the question is radical left. Will you shut up, man?
Listen, who is on your list, Joe?
Who's on your list?
Right, gentlemen, I think
this is so unprecedented. I'll give you the list of the people who tested.
No, go ahead, sir.
Sure, you've already fired most of them because they did a good job.
Some people don't do a good job. With you,
wait a minute. You get the final word, Mr.
Well, it's hard to get any word in with this clown.
Sir,
with $1 billion, if you
that is absolutely not true.
You're going to have
true,
gentlemen. I hate to raise my voice, but it seems to be. Why shouldn't I be different than the two of you?
That was a hot mess inside a dumpster fire, inside a train wreck. That was the worst debate I have ever seen. In fact, it wasn't even a debate. It was a disgrace. The American people lost tonight.
We, in fact, have 5%, 4% of the world's population, 20% of the deaths. 40,000 people a day are contracting COVID. In addition to that, about between 750 and 1,000 people a day are dying. When he was presented with that number, he said, it is what it is. Well, it is what it is because you are who you are. That's why it is. The president has no plan. He still hasn't even acknowledged that he knew this was happening, knew how dangerous it was going to be back in February, and he didn't even tell you. He's on record as saying it. He panicked or he just looked at the stock market. One of the two, because guess what? A lot of people died. And a lot more are going to die unless he gets a lot smarter, a lot quicker.
Mr. President?
Did you use the word smart? So you said you went to Delaware State, but you forgot the name of your college. You didn't go to Delaware State. You graduated either the lowest or almost the lowest in your class. Don't ever use the word smart with me. Don't ever use that word.
Oh, give me a break.
Because you know what? There's nothing smart about you, Joe. 47 years, you've done nothing.
Let's have this debate.
Are you willing tonight to condemn white supremacists and militia groups and to say that they need to stand down and not add to the violence in a number of these cities, as we saw in Kenosha and as we've seen in Portland?
Sure,
are you
I'm
prepared to
do
specifically
that, but
do it?
Well, go ahead, sir.
I would say almost everything I see is from the left wing, not from the right wing.
So what are you saying?
I'm willing to do anything. I want to see peace.
Then do it, sir.
Say it. Do it. Say it.
You want to call him? What do you want to call them? Give me a name. Give me a
white
name.
Supremacists
and
who
would you like me to condemn?
White supremacists and right
Proud Boys, stand back and stand by. But I'll tell you what. Somebody's got to do something about Antifa and the left, because this is not a right-wing problem. This is a left-wing. This is a left-wing problem.
White supremacist. Antifa's an idea, not an organization.
You got it.
Not militia. That's what his FBI, FBI director said. The point is that that's what he keeps trying to rile everything up. He doesn't want to calm things down. Instead of going in and talking to people and saying, let's get everybody together, figure out how to deal with this. What's he do? He just poured gasoline in the fire constantly.
I know that you pay a lot of other taxes, but I'm asking you the specific question. Is it true that you paid $750 in federal income taxes each of those 2 years?
I paid millions of dollars in taxes, millions of dollars of income tax. And let me just tell you, there was a story in one of the papers. I paid $38 million 1 year. I paid $27 million.
Show us your tax returns.
I went, you'll see it as soon as it's finished. You'll see it. I don't want to pay tax. Before I came here, I was a private developer. I was a private business people. Like every other private person, unless they're stupid, they go through the laws, and that's what it is. He
Yeah.
passed a tax bill that gave us all these privileges for depreciation.
I can't
and
lie
for,
about that.
tax
Trump right
credits.
when it
He
comes
says he's
to
smart
that.
because he can take advantage
But
of the
it's not
tax
right.
code. And he does take advantage of the tax code. That's why I'm going to eliminate the Trump tax cuts. And I'm going to eliminate
He
those
cut that
tax
shit out.
and
That's
make
all my
sure
life.
that we
He
invest
cut
in
that
the
shit
people
out.
who in fact need the help. People out there need help.
Why didn't you do it over
No,
in the
no,
last
no, wait,
25
no,
years?
Because you
Why
weren't
didn't you
president.
do it over
Because
the
you
last
weren't
25
president
years?
screwing things up.
November 3rd, you watch
Hey,
it and you see who
well,
won
let
the
me pause
election.
there for a
And I
second. I
think
know
we're
y'all
gonna do
hearing me,
well
y'all
because
with me.
people are
Y'all
really
hearing me,
happy
y'all
with the
with me.
job we've done.
Hey, when Joe Biden was like, you screwing things up, you know what my mind went to? That means they had a perfect plan of something that was going, and they had a routine of them being able to suck the American people dry without us being able to respond and notice it. But Donald Trump actually put everything out there in the open. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying he doing anything right. He just let the shit be known because he got the personality. He don't give a fuck. So with that, he pushing it out there. And I really think that's what a lot of these politicians do not like, that Trump is exposing their hand. So that's more of, I think, what the situation is. And when Joe Biden said everything was going right, man, I don't remember that. I don't remember when everything was going right. But like I just said, but I digress.
But you know what?
Reaction.
We won't know. We might not know for months.
Are you counting on the Supreme Court, including a Justice Barrett, to settle any dispute?
Yeah, I think I'm counting on them to look at the ballots, definitely. I don't think I hope we don't need them.
Will you urge your supporters to stay calm during this extended period, not to engage in any civil unrest? And will you pledge tonight that you will not declare victory until the election has been independently certified?
I hope it's going to be a fair election. If it's a fair
You're urging them
election,
what?
I am 100% on board. But if I see tens of thousands of ballots being manipulated, I can't go along with that.
The fact is, I will accept it, and he will too. You know why? Because once the winner is declared, after all the ballots are counted, all the votes are counted, that'll be the end of it. That'll be the end of it. And if it's me, in fact, fine. If it's not me, I'll support the outcome, and I'll be a president not just for the Democrats. I'll be a president for Democrats and Republicans.
Hey, look at Joe Biden right there. Am I the only person that look like it's like the devil horns or something? He looking like Lucifer. When I looking at like you seen his face. I mean, I know that it's wrinkles. I mean, but at the same time, it just look like devil horns. I don't know. If you notice, they kind of gave me that. I don't know. Live reaction.
This guy.
I want to
in
see an
fact-
honest
Okay,
ballot count.
gentlemen,
We-
you say that's the end of
Chris,
it? This is the
I
end
wanna
of this
see an
debate?
honest ballot count.
We're
And I
gonna
think
leave
he
it
does
there.
too.
Thank you.
Hey, that was a classic debate. Like literally one of the most entertaining things I've seen in a very long time. Now, from the beginning, I'm going back one more time to say this is the person I would like to see when it comes to taking the
Doing a healthcare
taking the
plan.
place of a moderator on the debate. So after I play this, just give me y'all opinion on and share it if y'all feeling the same way as I'm feeling on Twitter. Put some tags on there. I'm trying to do it, but what I'm saying, I know that they have a lot of people that's out there that's strong, they're warriors that know exactly what they're doing. So if you feeling that and you want to hop on board, remember when I be doing this shit, it's not about me, it's about we. So check this out and let me know what
Healthcare
y'all
comes from
opinion.
Alicia Block. She's from Philadelphia, an assistant
This is my
professor
third time running
who
this.
voted for Hillary
Just
Clinton
let you know
last
that
time.
how really is.
Mr. President, I was born with a disease called sarcoidosis. And from the day I was born, I was considered uninsurable. That disease started in my skin, moved to my eyes, into my eyes, and when I went to graduate school, to my brain. When it hit my brain, I was automatically eligible for disability for the rest of my life. I chose instead to get a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, a PhD, and become a professor.
Great.
It is great, except I still have similar healthcare problems. It costs me, with copays, I'm still paying almost $7,000 a year in addition to the copay. And should pre-existing conditions, which Obamacare brought to fruition, be removed?
No.
Please stop and let me finish my question, sir. Should that be removed within a 36 to 72-hour period without my medication, I will be dead. And I want to know what it is that you're going to do to assure that people like me who work hard, we do everything we're supposed to do, can stay insured. It's not my fault that I was born with this disease. It's not my fault that I'm a Black woman and in the medical community, I'm minimized and not taken seriously. I want to know what you are going to do about that.
So, first of all, I hope you are taken seriously. I hope you are. And we are not going to hurt anything having to do with pre-existing conditions. We're not going to have pre-existing conditions. And in fact, just the opposite. If you look at what they want to do, where they have socialized medicine, they will get rid of pre-existing conditions. If they go into Medicare for All, which is socialized medicine, and you can forget about your doctors and your plans, just like you could forget under President Obama. He said, you can have your doctor, you can have your plan. And that turned out to be a...
All right. With that being said, you seen how calm, cool, collective Trump became, and when she spoke and when she was speaking, and when Trump tried to interrupt her, just instantly put him in his place. And right after that, she was able, and he sat there patiently. Do you think that Donald J. Trump would have did the same thing to Joe Biden if she was the moderator? Now, with that being said, let's go ahead back for what I call like jacking for topics, the same thing, but see somebody else out the community opinion about Donald J. Trump with the